You know, it's amazing how blissfully unaware Americans are of exactly how much danger they're in. I know that many of you didn't live through the pre 9/11 times, but many people weren't even aware of what America was doing abroad and how foreign policy was going to unalive them. In addition to your free Congo, free Sudan, free Palestine content, you need to begin to make content that is screaming from the rooftop that unaliving Americans through terroristic activity is not going to work. Bringing down our buildings with us inside of it, setting off bombs, doing whatever campaigns that they're planning to do right now in retribution for what American government, American corporations, and defense contractors and lobbyists have done and are doing all around the world will do nothing. They do not care about Americans. The people who their ire, their hatred, their anger, their dismay needs to be directed at is not the average American person. And you all need to remind them that they need to look at how the American government, the states individually are willing to sacrifice the lives of their children so that the gun lobby can sell more guns. You all need to get on that. And people need to see it all around the world so that the people who are preparing to take your lives and the lives of your loved ones and your friends so that maybe the American government will finally think twice about what it's doing are confused. They don't know what you know. They do not know what you know about the American government. They have not seen what you have seen, and they need to know what you know. You need to start making your content because the times are coming where you're not going to be able to stop what's coming. And when those planes start dropping out the sky, and when those buildings start coming down around you, understand that it won't just be one time. Understand that your government is completely okay with that happening. They're going to lie and they're going to tell you in your face, well, it's justified. It's mere fighting terrorism. You can't bring back your friends and your loved ones. You can't unsee the bits and pieces of them being pulled out from rubble. You're not going to be able to get the toxins out of your lungs like the 9/11 heroes that went over there and went into those buildings and were at those sites trying to help. And you're also going to be fighting for decades to get funds to pay for your expensive health care because the government's not going to do it. Look at what it took to get some help for 9/11 heroes. America does not care about the average person unless you have a lot of money and you're able to fund a campaign. You have no voice. Americans are taxed, but they are not represented. They've refused to fix the housing crisis, but they have passed resolutions in the House regarding Zionism. They don't want you to fight Zionism, and they want you to see it as being as anti-Semitism to fight Zionism, but they don't want to fix the housing crisis. You need government-led actions to stimulate the housing market so that they'll build. I'll post more content about it. There's a good summary I found the other day to help people to understand that you're in danger, and you can choose. Because they want Gen Z, the TikTok generation, millennials, they want you guys to go to war. They want the money that comes from that. They don't care because they don't understand how deprioritized in the minds of lawmakers people are who don't have the money. If you can't cut a check large enough, you're not going to have their attention. That's why I keep saying we are undergoing taxation without representation. And we need to fight for that. People don't understand when we're saying a third-party candidate won't survive. They actually became president. They won't. Unless they're currently have taken part in the backdoor deals that go on for negotiating positions of power in this country, which then cause certain individuals in society to take actions, being vague because nobody wants to out themselves. They don't understand that those positions of power have to have certain individuals, a certain interest behind them in order for them to even win. And if they win, for them to stay alive, for them not to be clawed out of that position, they're going to have to make certain deals because there are certain interests at play that must be protected. But anyway, I mean, you all need to understand what's going on. I have other videos that I will post on this because I refrain from talking about it because efforts to create a ceasefire those voices need to be elevated, but Americans need to understand you're in danger domestically and abroad. You're in danger. Anybody else lived and traveled abroad and understood the hatred certain folks have for Americans? Americans, I don't understand why they don't understand that in the same way that we look at North Koreans and the propaganda that they consume and the brainwashing that goes on, others see us as just as bad. And we're just now waking up to it. Well, not us. It's why education is going to become unattainable because they don't want you to have it. Because an education is what has been acquired for Americans to wake up, to be able to have the level of cognitive ability to comprehend truly just how enslaved and propagandized they are. Because they think that they get a check. That little check keeps them from being a slave to a system that was created to de-educate them, demotivate them from anything other than chasing an elusive dream. Because the American dream died a long time ago.